Welcome back to another video. My name is Gordon Frayne, and today we're diving into another price prediction video for Optimism. Before we jump into the video though, please make sure to grab your free copy of my book, The Rise of Bitcoin. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Make sure to go ahead and grab that. It is my gift to you. So click the link there to grab your free PDF copy of the book. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. If you enjoy it even more, make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to our first 10,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world if you subscribed and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. We've got videos dropping every single day on the channel, so you're going to want to get notified when they drop so you can hit your crypto goals. So jumping into Optimism, as always on the channel, what we're going to do is analyze Optimism through the lens of these 5 different pillars before making our price prediction in the second half of the video. So make sure you stick around until the end. So first and foremost, what is Optimism? Well, Optimism is a layer 2 scaling solution built for the Ethereum network. We know that these legacy Layer 1 blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin are not highly optimized for throughput and transactions per second. And so we saw and have seen and continue to see the rise of these Layer 2 solutions like Optimism, other scaling solutions like Base and Polygon or others that you might be familiar with. But Optimism is basically aiming to fulfill a similar functionality where they are a Layer 2 scaling solution for the Ethereum network. They highlight a number of different use cases on their website. They allow you to build and deploy decentralized applications on the Ethereum virtual machine. They allow you to deploy your own chain to accrue sequencer revenue and own user experiences if you're building out games, dApps, etc. And you might hear a lot of this talk about optimistic rollups, which are basically a fancy way of describing a blockchain that piggybacks off the security of another parent blockchain. And in this case, optimistic rollups are piggybacking on the security of the Ethereum network, as they call out here. So you might hear other networks using optimistic rollups like Base, for example. So Base, as another Layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum, also leverages optimistic rollups as part of their stack. So some intertwinement going on between Base and Optimism. And if you're bullish on Base, you know, there's a knock-on effect here with being bullish around Optimism as well. So when we look at some of the narratives that we're talking about in relation to Optimism, it kind of strikes the chord with Layer 2, obviously. It also aligns pretty well with interoperability. They talk a lot about this super chain ecosystem that they're continuing to grow and build out in terms of interoperability for all the different chains that they are cross-compatible with. They focus in a bit on the metaverse and kind of this virtual reality style gaming on their website, as well as decentralized applications, decentralized finance, and NFTs. So you can see here that many of these applications that have been built in the DeFi arena are leveraging optimistic rollups or are cross-compatible with the Optimism ecosystem. So again, NFTs as well, not as much hype around NFTs as we had a couple of years ago, but once again, serving to help on-ramp people with optimistic rollups being leveraged by many of these different on-ramps. So lots of narratives here around Optimism, but the main one being Layer 2. As we jump over to the technical analysis, again, we're not going to focus too much in on this, but very briefly, we can see how Optimism was launched here in the middle of 2022. We saw a bit of choppiness in terms of price discovery here, going up and down throughout the second half of 2022 before we actually got a big movement to the upside here in early 2023 before retracing and correcting back down to this $1.06 mark. However, since that retracement to the $1.06 mark here by June of 2023, we have seen a significant upwards movement for Optimism. We did get all the way up to $4.84 here a few weeks ago in the March timeframe, but we have retraced again since back down to about $2.70 $2.62 as of today. Apologies, May 23rd, 2024. So still, that is a 143% increase from those $1.06 lows here in June of 2023. We were up over 300% when it got up to $4.84. So it was up close to 320% gains since those $1.06 lows, but currently sitting up about 143%. Maybe in line, roughly speaking, with the rest of the altcoin market, maybe slightly behind. There's definitely a number of different other coins that have still outperformed during that time period, but there's definitely a number of tokens that have also performed slightly worse. So it's on a general uptrend. We haven't broken to the downside too much. I would expect more price discovery upwards over the course of the next 6 to 12 months. As we look over to the Optimism team, again, I'm not overly familiar with many of these individuals, but obviously they built a very robust scaling solution with the Optimism stack. And I think the fact that Base are also leveraging optimistic rollups speaks very highly of the team and what they've built here at Optimism, because Base, as we know, has got a lot of funding and backing from Coinbase, the largest US centralized cryptocurrency exchange. And for the team at Coinbase to go and leverage optimistic rollups and a lot of the underlying technology that Optimism has built, I think just reflects very well on the team and the technology that Optimism has built out thus far. So again, you can research these people in your own time, but I just wanted to mention it and mention the fact that, there's a lot of intertwinement here between Base and Optimism. So as we move over to the tokenomics, we can see here that Optimism is currently trading at a price of about $2.62. We do see that it did hit market cap all-time highs a few weeks ago in March, as we said, when it was putting in those price highs of over $4.80. So we did hit a market cap of over 4.7 billion. However, today we're back down to about a 2.85 billion overall market cap. We can see that Optimism is the 43rd largest cryptocurrency by overall market cap. And when it comes to the circulating supply, we can see they've got just over a billion tokens in the circulating supply right now. That is only 25.3% of the total supply, which is about 4.294 billion. So as we'll see in a moment, we are going to see some dilution with more tokens coming into circulation and more token unlocks over the course of the next 12 to 18 months. But at a very high snapshot, we can see that the current market cap is 2.85 billion, down from all-time highs just a few weeks ago of 4.73 billion. The current circulating supply is just over 1 billion. However, we do expect that to grow to about 1.55 billion Optimism tokens by the middle to end of 2025. And we can see here in terms of token unlocks, we do have an upcoming token unlock event here on May 31st, 2024, when we're going to be seeing 31.34 million more Optimism tokens coming into circulation, which is an increase in the supply of about 2.88%. And then if we extrapolate this out for the next 12 to 18 months here, we can see by the end of June next year, we should have about 1.55 billion tokens in circulation by that time. So that's where we got this 1.55 billion number. And again, this is an important number for how we estimate our price prediction, because ultimately the amount of tokens in circulation multiplied by the price per token gives us our overall market cap. The last thing we're going to look at before we jump into the price prediction here is the market dominance of Optimism. We can see we're currently sitting at a 0.11% market dominance for Optimism versus the rest of the cryptocurrency market. When we were putting in those all-time highs a few weeks ago, Optimism did get up to a market cap dominance as high as 0.23%. So obviously we're at less than half of that right now, but it does show that Optimism can make moves and can increase dominance when it does go on a bit of a pump. So all of that taken into consideration, the market cap dominance is another variable that we have to plug into our price prediction equation. But as always, we're going to give you a bear case, base case, and bull case price target scenario. And as we move over here, it's worth remembering that we do have to plug in certain variables. So we do have to make some assumptions here when it comes to these price predictions. But that's why we spent the past 8 or 9 minutes going through the fundamentals to get a better understanding of how we're coming to the conclusion for some of these variables. So for the bear case scenario, what we're seeing is the total crypto market cap could reach a peak around 4 trillion US dollars if Optimism can get back up to its dominance highs that it was at just a few weeks ago of 0.25%. That would give it a $10 billion overall market cap, and then again dividing it by the 1.55 billion Optimism tokens that will be in circulation by the middle of 2025. That gives us a price target of $6.45, or a 2.5x from today's prices. Jumping on to our base case scenario, what we're saying here is the total crypto market cap could peak around 6 trillion US dollars if Optimism can get up to a 0.35% dominance level. That would give it a $21 billion market cap. And then again, dividing that by 1.55 billion Optimism tokens gives us our price target of $13.54, or a 5.16x from today's prices of $2.62. I think this is very doable for Optimism. If we think about Polygon, the most popular Ethereum layer 2 scaling solution in the previous bull cycle, Polygon did get all the way up to a $20 billion market cap. And again, lots of arguments to be made this time around with this cycle that we're going to have a lot more capital inflow into the space. We're obviously going to be going, 6 trillion overall market cap would be double the total market cap of all of crypto the last time around. So for Optimism to achieve a 21 billion market cap is certainly very doable. Jumping onto our bull case scenario, which is obviously the most bullish sentiment that we're going to relay here for Optimism, what we're saying is the total crypto market cap could reach a peak of 8 trillion US dollars if Optimism can get up to a 0.45% dominance level. That would give it a monster market cap of 36 billion US dollars. And once again, dividing that by 1.55 billion Optimism tokens gives us a price target of $23.23, which is pretty much a 9x from today's prices. So once again, it's worth putting in perspective the fact that Polygon went to 20 billion in market cap in the last cycle. Definitely room for Optimism to get close to that this time around. And if there's a lot of bullish sentiment around Ethereum layer 2s and all of the stuff going on in DeFi, we could even see it getting up closer to this 30 billion mark. So that is our price prediction for Optimism for the peak of the bull cycle, which we estimate to happen around middle to end of 2025. If you're optimistic on Optimism, let us know in the comments section below. Where do you think the price of Optimism is going in this bull cycle? Let us know in the comments below. Are you holding a bag of Optimism for yourself? And where do you think it can go in terms of the Ethereum layer 2 scaling solutions? As always, if you enjoyed the content, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button on your way out. Don't forget to grab your free copy of the book, The Rise of Bitcoin. It's the first link in the description below, so make sure you grab it. It's my gift to you. If you enjoy the content, please make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to our first 10,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world if you subscribed and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified every time we drop a new video. You're going to want to get notified because we're dropping videos and other price predictions every day, every week on the channel. So you're going to want to get notified so you can hit your crypto goals. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.